A Dance with Darkness. Elena had always struggled with self-doubt. No matter how much love Sam, her divine partner, poured into her, the whispers of insecurity gnawed at her. Sam was a man of light, a divine being, a protector, someone who saw her true self beyond the wounds and shadows. But Elena's so-called friends and her enigmatic aunt, Lillian, had different plans for her. "You're wasting your beauty on one man," her friend Miranda sneered, sipping on a glass of expensive wine. "You should be out here living your best life. Sam will always be there. He's obsessed with you anyway." Lillian leaned in, a smirk curling her lips. "You think Sam loves you, he's just controlling you. Come with us, see how real freedom feels. We're making money, traveling, partying while you're playing house with a man who treats you like a child." The words poisoned Elena's heart like slow venom. The thought of Sam's unwavering love and devotion no longer felt like security. It felt like a prison. She convinced herself she could have it all: the thrill, the riches, the attention, and Sam would be none the wiser. After all, he was her twin flame. He would always be waiting. The setup. One night, Miranda and Lillian took her to an exclusive underground party. A place where the air was thick with smoke, sin, and secrets. They introduced her to Damien, a mysterious, darkly charming man whose presence commanded the room. He was a man of power, influence, and something else, something she couldn't quite place. A single drink, that's all it took. The pill dissolved unnoticed in her cocktail, and the world spun into a haze of ecstasy and whispers. Damien's touch burned against her skin as he whispered promises of fame, wealth, and a life without limits. She awoke the next morning, blindfolded in a lavish bed, the echoes of the night before lingering like a nightmare. Spells had been cast, her soul ensnared in an unholy contract she had no recollection of signing. The price of betrayal. Damien was no ordinary man. He was a dark practitioner, a collector of divine energy. He had bribed her and friends, promising them wealth in exchange for leading Elena into his grasp. He didn't just want her body, he wanted the sacred energy Sam had nurtured in her. The contract wasn't just ink and paper, it was a bloodbind. A marriage to the darkness itself. And the final price. A child conceived in corruption, a bond that could never be broken. The infection in her blood mirrored the corruption in her soul and in STD. A mark of her choices, a symbol that she was no longer free. She had danced with the devil, and now the music wouldn't stop. The awakening. Alone in a mansion of golden chains, she felt the weight of her choices. The validation, the money, the attention, it was all an illusion. The price of betrayal was her soul, and the love she thought she could return to was now a distant dream. But there was one last hope. Somewhere, beneath the layers of deception, addiction, and sin, there was still a light within her. A whisper of the love she had abandoned. Sam had always told her about faith, about redemption. Now, as she stood at the crossroads of destiny, she had one choice: remain in the darkness, bound to a soulless existence, or fall to her knees, repent, and seek the divine mercy that could break the chains of her past and rebuke the devil and worship the one and only Creator and walk in faith and divine protection to break herself loose of the bind, but only through a spiritual healing built on accountability, truth, and faith. Would God hear her cries? Would God forgive her for breaking a pact and fouling a gift he himself gave her to walk out of her past? Would Sam ever forgive her? Sam is a divine being, so forgiveness is granted but won't be in person, and that's for sure. Or was this her final descent into the abyss? Will she still hide in her blame mentality and stay living her own lies? I guess we all have to pray for her and remember that we are all given free will and we have to stand by our own choices too.